Jump for this.
Hello, hello. Good afternoon, and welcome to the matter-weight, extremely anticipated GRASAG Research Fund launch in the program. And before we zoom into the program, you know, people will be watching online, and it will be quite not so people to watch and see there are so many empty spaces in front of us. Even before we begin the program with an opening prayer, I would like then for one reason or the other, I'm pleading an empty space in front of you, please. We really want to start the program in the next 5 to 10 minutes. And we wouldn't want to start a program with so many empty spaces in front of us. So if there is an empty space in front of you, especially those who are sitting at the back bench, please come forward so that we fill the back spaces, and then we begin the program with an opening prayer. I understand, but I'm pleading with you respectfully. Yes. So with the exception of the front seats, if there is a seat in front of you, please come forward. It was reserved for some people, but as we speak, they are not here. We can't continually wait for them without we beginning the program. So respectfully, I'm pleading with you that if there is a seat in front of you, with the exception of the front seats, please come forward, and then let's begin the program in earnest. So as we wait to start the program, we would like the MC, I would like those at the control room to please give us a song. Just one song, and then immediately the song ends, we will begin the program in earnest.
Yes,
Please let's stand as we welcome the Vice Chancellor. Please let's all stand. Please let's sit down. Now that we've ushered in the Vice Chancellor, we will respectfully invite the Catholic chaplain to please give us the opening prayer.
Shall we please rise for prayers? Our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. Dear Lord and Master, we are so much grateful to you for the gift of our lives. We thank you for gathering us for all this important ceremony, the launching of the GRASAG Research Fund. We thank you for this initiative. We thank you for the brains behind it. And it is our prayer that as we launch it today, many more will buy into this idea to help us to provide means for innovative research work. We thank you for the gift and life of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. We thank you for the management and all those who are supporting us in one way or the other. We thank you for your protection, your loving care thus far. We thank you for the Directorate of Student School of Graduate Studies. We thank you for the GRASAG and the leadership. It is our prayer that as we launch this activity today, your grace will continue to be with us. And for all those who have invited and led us here, we say thank you. And for those who are prepared in a very special way to deliver various speeches to us, use them to impact our lives. These and many blessings we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Please, we may please take our seats. At this juncture, I will take the opportunity to introduce to you the dignitaries we have here present this afternoon to help ensure this program becomes a success. Respectfully, we would acknowledge the presence of the Pro-Vice Chancellor of our noble university. He is in the person of Professor Ellis Ellis. Osudabo, Ellis Osudabo. We also have with us here the Director for the School of Graduate Studies. He is in the person of Professor Eric Kwabena Foucault. We have with us here the Director for the Office of Grants and Research, KNUST. He is in the person of Professor Philip Owusu Mchiaje. Professor Philip Mchiaje. We also have here with us the father of all students, the Director of Student Affairs. He is in the person of Professor Wilson Ajay Ejari. We also have with us here this afternoon the Director for the Library, the Kenya University Library. He is in the person, the librarian of Kenya University, and he is in the person of Dr. Ninoy. Doctor, please stand for a round of applause, please. We also have with us here the Deputy Director for Student Affairs, Kenya University. He is in the person of Professor Enin Echampon, Prof. We have with us here deputy directors, we have with us here executives of GRASAG, we have with us here executives of the SRC. As and when the program moves on, we will acknowledge the presence of everyone here present. Before we continue with the program, we would respectfully invite the GRASAG president to please give us the welcome address.
Thank you very much, Mr. Franco Usu. Good afternoon. Our loving mother, the Vice Chancellor of the premier destination for quality education, KNUST, Professor Mrs. Rita Akosua-Dixon, the Pro-Vice Chancellor, the Registrar, the Convocational Professorial Representative, the University Council, the Director, Directorate of Student Affairs, the College Provosts, the Director, School of Graduate Studies, the Director, Office of Grants and Research, the Director, Institute of Distance Learning, the SRC President, the SRC Parliamentary Council, the 31st KNUST GRASAG Senate, staff and students, the alumni, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as we have gathered to inaugurate this impactful policy, the GRASAG Research Fund. It is my distinct honor and high privilege to welcome you all to this momentous occasion in the history of postgraduate studies at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. It is with me immense pride and excitement that I stand before you as the president of the Graduate Students Association of Ghana, KNUST, to unveil this significant initiative aimed at strengthening research endeavors amongst our esteemed graduate students. With all humility, the establishment of the GRASAG Research Fund stands as a testament to our unwavering commitment to advance academic excellence, innovation, and intellectual growth within our graduate student community. Ladies and gentlemen, this fund was carefully crafted and nurtured by the collective efforts of both the 30th GRASAG Executive Committee, of which we have the president around, Mr. Fred Parker. Can you give me a wave? And the 31st GRASAG Executive Committee. If I could get away from my executive committee members, I can see my gender commissioner around. My able treasurer is also there. I believe the others are outside and helping with the program organization. Ladies and gentlemen, at the heart of the GRASAG Research Fund lies two pivotal initiatives: the GRASAG Research Support Hub and the GRASAG Research Support Grant. These initiatives are designed not only to provide financial assistance, but also to offer invaluable guidance, mentorship, technical support, and to our graduate students to support technical support to our graduate students as they embark on their research journeys. The GRASAG Research Support Hub will serve as a haven for our students, providing expert guidance on research methodologies, assisting in problematizing and conceptualizing research ideas, and imparting essential research skills and competencies. It is envisioned as a vibrant hub of collaboration and knowledge exchange. The GRASAG Research Support Hub, in particular, holds a special promise for the future of research at KNUST. Our vision is not only to establish a single hub, but to replicate its success in each college within our university. If successful, this model will serve as a cornerstone for fostering collaboration, interdisciplinary research, and innovation across various academic disciplines. On this note, I humbly beseech all provosts to give us spaces within their catchment or constituencies so that we can set up hubs for our postgraduate students. The vision for the hub is not just limited to one space at the graduate secretariat, but rather, we believe when these spaces are created at the various colleges, students will get first-hand support with regards to their disciplines when it comes to their research work. Ladies and gentlemen, on the other hand, the GRASAG Research Support Grant aims to alleviate the financial burdens faced by our students, enabling them to pursue their research aspirations with renewed vigor and dedication. Beyond financial assistance, these grants will contribute to the enrichment of Ghana's intellectual landscape, fostering a culture of scholarly inquiry and academic discourse. Funding for the GRASAG Research Fund will be sourced both internally and externally, ensuring its sustainability and long-term viability. Through contributions from our members, as well as donations from individuals, organizations, and government agencies, we will continue to expand the horizons of research excellence at KNUST. I would be neglectful if I did not make a comment or a moment to acknowledge the visionary efforts of the previous executive committee during the 2022-2023 academic year. These executives came together, conceived the idea of GRASAG Research Fund. Their foresight and dedication laid the groundwork for the remarkable endeavor we celebrate today. To them, we owe a debt of gratitude for their commitment to advancing the academic pursuits of our graduate students community. Furthermore, I extend my sincere appreciation to the Senate of the current administration. I popularly call them the 31st GRASAG KNUST Senate, for their diligent consideration of the bill proposing the GRASAG Research Fund. Their rigorous scrutiny, constructive critiques, and invaluable inputs have been instrumental in shaping the final framework of this initiative. It is through their collective wisdom and unwavering support that we stand here today, ready to embark on this transformative journey towards research excellence. In conclusion, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all those who have contributed to the realization of this vision, including the Executive Committee, the Senate, Research Committee, Directorate of Student Affairs, the School of Graduate Studies, the Office of Grants and Research, KNUST, and our esteemed partners and supporters. Together, let's embark on this journey of discovery and enlightenment as we strive to unlock the boundless potential of research and scholarship at KNUST. Ladies and gentlemen, our mother, God bless the Graduate Student Association of Ghana. God bless the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and long live the GRASAG Research Fund. Thank you very much for this honor.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. We will continue with the introduction of dignitaries. We have some individuals here that we would like to acknowledge. We have with us here Professor Engineer Abdul Rahman Ahmed, the rep for the Provost College of Engineering. Prof, thank you very much for your presence. We also have with us here Professor Bernard Faye Bafo, a committee member for GREF. We also have with us here Mrs. Theodora Odro, Secretary to GREF Committee. And then we have with us here Dr. Norris Bakwe, the Deputy Registrar, the Office of the University Relations. And we also have with us here one who saw the advertisement on social media. He's actually a former GRASAG Vice President of our country, Ghana, not only KNUST, but in the whole of Ghana, in the year 2015-2016. He told me when he came here that he saw the advertisement on social media and he said, let me come back home to support this. As we speak, he's a professor and a research scientist for gerontology at African Population and Health Research Center, Nairobi, Kenya. He's an adjunct professor of gerontology at the Faculty of Health Sciences, Southern Cross University in Australia. And then he's a technical expert advisor to the World Health Organization Commission of Social Connection at Geneva, Switzerland. He is in the person of Professor Rersearch. Jesse, Prof, thank you for coming. Having such an important occasion like this, it's very important that we have an individual who will steer the affairs of the program. We've brought together people from diverse backgrounds and asked one person to take responsibility for whatever thing that happens here this afternoon. So therefore, it's very important that if you are organizing a program like this, we have somebody who would chair the affairs of the program. Looking at how distinct the individual is, personally, I don't even think I deserve to introduce the person. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Echa Kwachi to introduce to us the chairperson for today's occasion.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Okay, so I'm very privileged to introduce a very wonderful woman as the chairperson of this lunch. She holds a PhD degree in pharmacognosy and a graduate certificate in academic practice from King's College London. She's a people-oriented person who believes in all hands-on-deck approach to leadership, and she's always seeking to look for opportunities for the personal development and growth of staff and students in KNUST. She's also the first female vice-chancellor of our esteemed institution, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. I could go on and on and on. The list is very long, but help me welcome our very own mother and our vice-chancellor, Professor Mrs. Rita Akosua-Dixon, to be the chairperson of this lunch.
Kindly take your seats. Thank you very much for keeping it this short and simple. And let me say good afternoon to all of you. I'm just going to take liberty of the protocol that the President has established and take it from there. I think that this is a very exciting afternoon for us as a university, and I will explain. Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, a research-intensive institution. We have been working on this, and it's still work in progress. Over the years, for those of you who have been here a bit longer, you know, as a university, where we have come from. We don't just sit here and look towards the north and apply for grants to be assisted with our partners, joining hands with us. We do that, and you are aware all the enormous effort that staff and students put together, and you know the amounts of grants that we attract into this great and noble university. But with all that, we still say, hey, can we help ourselves? Because you see, that multiplicity rule always works. And it's actually biblical, you know. Yes, Exodus 4:2. Moses was asked by God, what is in your hands? So, Father can confirm for me. What is in your hands? So, for us, we want to also, in as much as we look towards the north for collaborations on grants, what can we do internally of KNUST to assist ourselves? Over the years, as a university, we have, and you are aware, OGR director is here, the KNUST Research Fund. And for those of you who know the history, we started from 300,000 Ghana cedis, moved to 500,000 Ghana cedis yearly. I'm talking about yearly. Then we moved 2 years ago to 700,000 Ghana cedis. Last year, Vice Chancellor, we moved to 1 million Ghana cedis. This year, we are doing 1.5. Yes. All this is in aid of multidisciplinary, exploratory research. This is intentional of the university to support research. Sometimes when I meet some of my colleagues and I tell them that this is what internally to the university we are doing to assist ourselves, they kind of, where do you people get that money from? It's not that we have it in excess. What it means is that the premium that this university places on research is very high. And it's for a good reason, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Look, for me, one of the litmus tests that we can do to say that we are impacting society, and that is our mandate anyway. If we cannot solve problems and impact society, we better pack off. And one of the cardinal litmus tests is, where are the problems? Let's find solutions to them. Go through research. That is why I always say that, look, the societal problems we have around are our problems. They belong to us. And it's our mandate as higher education institutions, KNUST, to go through research and profess solutions to these problems. If we are not able to do that, then we are failing our communities. Then we are failing society. We are failing our country, and we wouldn't fail our nation. And that is why consistently we pay attention to that. That brings me to why we are here this afternoon. And why would I not be excited to chair such a function? GRASAG Research Fund. Can we give a big round of applause to the leadership? Yes. Thank you. Thank you, President and your team. Thank you, Parker. And I'm glad that you gave honor to whom honor is due. That is what leadership is about. Some people start, and then you finish it. Are we not all excited about what is happening this afternoon? I am, and I think you are as well. And I can only see this fund being grown and ensuring that it is adding to all the research efforts of the university. And look, if we are touted #1 globally for quality education, the parameters that were used, if you looked at how the Times Higher Education assessed us, research. Did you notice that? Yes. Research, research, research. GRASAG, thank you. If we are doing well in our research, it's postgraduates. Faculty, we can't do the research alone. We work with you. So on behalf of management, as I accept to chair this afternoon function without effort at all, I am so happy. In fact, you can do more, I'll come and chair. Let me just register the appreciation of management. We are solidly behind you in this, and we are excited that you have decided that you want to put some money aside. Please, let me encourage anybody who will be lucky to be approached to contribute to this, that it will be an opportunity of a lifetime that you shouldn't miss. On that note, I am very happy to chair this function, and I'm going to depend on your cooperation. I thank the GRASAG leadership. I thank you all postgraduate students, and I just want to say, look, forward ever with our research. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Vice Chancellor, for accepting to chair this important program for us. We will zoom straight into the presentations this afternoon, and to give us our first presentation on why the Research Fund. Presentation on the essence of the Graduate Research Fund. We will invite here to give us the presentation Professor Eric Kwabena Foko, Director, School of Graduate Studies.
Well, I may as well also depend on the existing protocol. Good afternoon once again. Good afternoon. Given that the primary purpose for graduate school is to prepare graduate students to assume professional responsibility, it is also of utmost importance that they develop research skills. Conducting research is also important in the development of research skills, and there are various reasons why it is necessary to give attention and emphasis to graduate research. And you may be aware the impacts of graduate research is profound. And normally, as graduates, training lays a scientific, rational, and ethical foundation for those who are in research. Very recent investigation into the relationship between teaching and research among graduate students suggests that teaching experiences may influence graduate students' research skills, whilst involvement in research has the potential to influence research skills. So good research skills definitely will impact on good teaching skills. So we cannot underestimate the importance of research in our graduate training. Postgraduate education all over the world contribute to the socio-economic development of country throughout the conduct of relevant research activities. Ghana, and for that matter, African countries, pursuit of sustainable development will largely be influenced by the quality, significance, and relevance of our graduate research. Quality postgraduate research has the potential to position KNUST as a research-intensive university for Ghana and for African sustainability development. So that's why we have been placed as #1 quality education in the whole world. And it's because of our postgraduate, as our Vice Chancellor and the chairperson for this function said, we are moving forward with our research because that is the only way that we can position this university in the global pedestal. Postgraduate education all over the world contributes to the socio-economic activities I've already said. And for the past 4 years of my reign as a director of graduate studies, the university has achieved significant success in graduating postgraduate students. And you may be aware, even the last graduation or the year under review, there's a positive trend that reflects the commitment and hard work of both students and staff of the university. If you look at the last graduation, even the one that we have in November before the March, we graduated over 4,300 postgraduate students, of which 126 were PhD and about almost 400 for MPhil. And the last about 2 weeks, we graduated about 3,000 postgraduates, of which 91 were PhD, 344 were MPhil students. So this tells you how serious the university is when it comes to postgraduate training. And we are happy that management always support us through thin, even if the money is not there, they will find the money for us to work. It must be noted, however, that the figures over the years appear to be very low for the STEM programs. I mean, science, engineering, and mathematics. So currently we are doing over 70 of our humanities, where the STEM programs are hovering around 30%. Also, the available data indicates low enrollment in our postgraduate females in our postgraduate program. So definitely we need to encourage our ladies to join the postgraduate programs. So the available data from these programs call for proactive action on the part of all stakeholders, as it does not reflect the ideal in science and technology university as K University. Professor Chair, funding and access to financial resources are always critical to the importance of postgraduate students' well-being, as a graduate education office involves research projects that require funding for materials, equipment, and travel expenses, and definitely insufficient funding for research can hinder the progress of our graduate students. Launching GRASAG Research Fund is important to motivate and encourage students to take postgraduate studies more seriously. There is an urgent need for revamping the policies, infrastructure, environment, and funding options to foster and improve the quality postgraduate research. And with this, either we have to cut down the numbers of undergraduate and increase our postgraduate education, or we have to strengthen our staff ratio to take more postgraduate education. To add to the Vice Chancellor, I'm so delighted that this is more than Ketwa Biansa kind of, and we are happy and we appreciate the GRASAG executives, both old and new, for this kind of gesture. We thank you very much. We wish you very well, and hope by a year by now or two, we'll be standing here that the fund has money to sponsor more than 1,000 postgraduate students. It's not a prophecy, but we know that the fund will grow to support the quality postgraduate education. God bless you, GRASAG. Long live for GRASAG. Long live for KNUST, and God bless us all. Thank you.
Long live GRASAG, long live KNUST. I think he deserves another round of applause, please. To give us the second presentation for the day, he will be talking about the sustainability plan for this particular initiative. I mean, we are talking about GRASAG Fund. Where is the money coming from? And as to whether or not this money we are talking about can be sustained for a longer time is what he will be talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, with a resounding round of applause, we will welcome the Director of Student Affairs, Professor Wilson Ejare.
Thank you, and good afternoon. Let me also stand on the well-established protocols. and continue with my short presentation. First, let me say that I'm very appreciative of the leadership, the past and present. If you count my stay at the Directorate of Student Affairs, I've been there since 2017. And it's only on a few occasions you see students having programs which are centered on research and things which will promote the future of this university. And I must say that I'm very appreciative of the present leadership and that of the past. This idea is very innovative, and therefore when it came to my table, we've been discussing it back and forth, and from time to time I chip in a few ideas to help them iron out some issues. But I see three key benefits. The number one benefit is to the graduate student who has very innovative ideas but that lack the financial muscle to carry it through. And in most instances, these students will rather go for something which is of lower cost, but it does not, is not so much of interest to the person or will not come out with what he desires to do. And this is supposed to resolve such problems. Because we have very brilliant students, but if he has no money, then he will just walk around, ask a few questions, get his degree, and go away. And I believe as we work on this, this is what this package is supposed to resolve. Then two, KNUST stands to benefit a lot because it's research. And once we come up with very good and quality research, KNUST can rather grow and stand tall in the image of all universities. And then the third one is the technical support. The technical support is supposed to support students who might not be so strong in a specific area, but we have people who are available in most times of the day. The structure is supposed to be said that this technical support personnel will be available even in the evenings and on weekends to provide such support. But here, I must also sound a word of caution that somebody providing technical support, we should not mistake it as a supervisor. Because if we miss the point, we'll get confused along the line, where students might now be recognizing those providing the technical support rather as supervisors over their own supervisors. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in many a times we have seen student projects and programs that has lasted only one academic year because the planning was poor and it did not go through the right channels. But as I speak, the planning has been well done. It has gone through the Senate, and it has the Senate support, and therefore, you can only undo it from the Senate, which becomes more difficult to do. As we speak, we are looking at a package of roughly 450,000, as a part being direct contribution and part also coming from the student school fees. With this initial 450, it can only grow. That is what we are looking forward to. And it's my hope that the subsequent leadership and the present ones will work towards getting some additional funding from individuals, from organizations, whatever they can do to help this fund grow and become better. Also, another interesting aspect of this package is the establishment of a board. And the board is chaired by no mean a person than the director of the Office of Grant and Research of KNUST. And this, I call it the master strike of the whole initiative. Because if you have the director of Office of Grants chairing this, it cannot fail. Because he is the one supervising all the research in KNUST. And membership to this board is from the director of School of Graduate Studies and then the Directorate of Student Affairs. So this is a wonderful package. It cannot fail. And I believe that it can only grow from strength to strength. What I'm also looking at is beneficiaries should also be tied down to certain level of commitment. I believe that commitments such as annually, those who have benefited coming up with contribution to policy brief, so that we package it as an output of the grant, will be very innovative and will help. Also, beneficiaries should also be made to do some presentation at conferences so that they can sell the idea to others. Madam Vice Chancellor of the best university in terms of quality education, per the SDG 4 and based on the Times Roman, Times Higher Education, it is my plea and that of my sons and daughters that we have what we call the Sansol for undergraduates. The GREF should be for graduate students. So with your push, with your support, we know that we have another Sansol. Madam, thank you so much for your appreciation. This, I know, will go a long way to promote graduate education in Ghana and contribute to the image of KNUST. To my graduate students, I will say that we can only do better if we elect good leadership to sustain this. If we come up with people who are not interested in good leadership and are only interested in themselves, this will not last long. The leadership is always important. We as management can only support your ideas you have. So I will urge you to continue to elect people who have research as their core ideas, and I believe that the Directorate of Student Affairs, the School of Graduate Studies, and the OGR will help you sustain this innovative idea. On this note, let me once again congratulate the GRASAG presidents, past and present, and their leadership for this innovative and brilliant idea. GRASAG, well done. Ayiko.
In the words of the Director of Student Affairs, he says, GRASAG, well done. Ayuko, a round of applause, please. Now that we've heard the why for the research fund, now that we've heard the how of the research fund, it's now very important that we get to know the operationalization of the research fund. I think some of us here, we are already planning our minds when to apply for the fund, how to praise and all that. And to help us understand the operationalization of the research fund, we have with us here Professor Philip Amcheje, the Director for the Office of Grants and Research.
It's not showing.
You show it.
Okay. Good afternoon. Madam Vice Chancellor, let me also stand. At a point I was telling them, everybody is standing on this, so maybe. But my task this afternoon is to look at how we want to operationalize the Graduate Research Support Fund. And I like what Professor Ajari said. Vice Chancellor, when you were making your presentation during graduation, you were asking people to contribute. So today, DOSA is also asking you to contribute to GREF. One graduate student, one GREF award. So So I think the aim has already been established to provide funding for graduate students of Knust who are engaging in research that are innovative enough to address societal needs and they also advance the Sustainable Development Goals. In terms of eligibility criteria, the student has to be a full-time graduate student of this university. You cannot come for this money if you haven't paid at least half of your own school fees. So that needs to be established. And you should have also done your biometric or course registration. It's for research, so we expect that one should have completed the third component of the program and be engaging in their thesis research. And you should have a minimum CWA of 55. This is because without the 55, you cannot even start your research as a postgraduate student. And again, you shouldn't be a beneficiary of any other scholarship. If you already have something, we are asking you to leave this one for those who don't have anything to show. In terms of the proposal itself, we want a very simple, straightforward thing. We need to have an introduction and then program statement where you tell us the gap in the existing literature that you are seeking to address. You need to justify why you are doing that. State your aims and objectives as much as possible, and then pay attention to the methods or the approaches that will help you to address each of the specific objectives that might have been outlined in the previous session. Then, of course, your detailed budget is also necessary. We want to see your detailed budget. What are the outcomes? We are going to pay attention to the outcome from this research or the significance of the research. Formatting details, and we'll pay so much. We are trying to see how we can, what means we can use to reduce the number of applications that we get. So if you don't adhere strictly to this formatting details straight away, when we are screening it, will throw yours away. Even the font type, we are specifying here that we want Times New Roman. Don't come and argue with us that you use a different font type. We'll throw it away, and I can assure you of that. The font size should be 12. Margins stated, justify, line spacing 1.5. It should not be more than 3 pages. But if you think half a page or one paragraph is sufficient enough to convey your idea, you are most welcome to do that. Application will be online, but we will need a letter of support from your supervisor. Get that letter of support from the supervisor, the main supervisor, and you apply only online. Don't send this through email to us. We will not accept it. You should go through the online portal, and this thing is here. Selected applicants may be invited for interviews, depending on how many we get and depending on what happens at the end of the day. Key considerations. We got this data from the UIT as well, roughly 11,000 plus postgraduate students. And for the graduate research fund, we are allocating 210,000 Ghana cedis to this. And for this round, the round one, we are hoping to award 70 postgraduate students. I thought you were going to applaud for this, please. Each awardee will receive 3,000 Ghana cedis. But we are giving 10 to PhDs and 60 to MPhil MSc. This is in consideration of the number of PhDs that we have amongst these 11,000 plus postgraduate students. Gender consideration. In terms of gender, we are also using the same data to inform how this is distributed. We will give 45 to males and 25 to females. And this is purely based on the number of female students that we have, as against number of male students that we have as a university. We also look at college consideration, and then, as I've mentioned, we'll make sure we have rigorous review process. In terms of timelines, we are making the announcement today. From today, the submission website or the submission link will be active. Then the deadline will be 2 weeks from today. That will be 16th of April 2024. If you don't submit it, I think maybe 5 p.m. on that day, 2 weeks exactly to today, then we'll take 1 week to screen all the applications, because we are hoping to receive quite a number of applications for this. So once we screen everything, we'll do the review, and the review will take a bit. So we are putting, giving ourselves at least 1 month, 1 week. So until 28th of May, we are hoping that all the applications would have been reviewed, and then GRASAG Research Support Board will meet on 31st of May to consider the results and make recommendation for award in the first week of June. I've made this presentation on behalf of the GRASAG Research Support Board, including myself, Professor Bernard Febafo, who is here, Dr. Kofi Ajenim Boatin, who I think might also be here, Mrs. Theodora Odro, who is our secretary, Mr. Yao Opoku Mensa, secretary, who is the GRASAG vice president, Mr. Ernest Amagubo, who is the GRASAG Senate chair, and then Fred, who is GRASAG Research Committee head. I have made a presentation, so if there are questions on this, see any of them, and then ask them, and they will give you clarification on that. On that note, I say God richly bless us all.
Thank you very much. Now, I have a reason to believe that most of the questions we had in our minds as to why the research fund, how the research fund, and how we are going to personalize the whole thing has been answered. And before we continue, I would like to take this opportunity and then introduce some dignitaries who joined us within the course of the program. We have with us here Professor Daxon Awunyo Victor. He is the provost for the College of Agric and Natural Sciences. Prof. We also have with us here Professor Mariana Santua in Cancer with the Department of Chemistry, and then she is the Deputy Director of Student Affairs, Housing and Welfare. Prof. And Prof. Doubles as the President of the Young Researchers Forum. We also have with us here Professor Linda Aurelia Ofori. She is with the Department of Theoretical and Applied Biology, and she is the Hall Warden of Africa Hall. Prof, welcome. And we also have with us, but I think he has gone out to do something. When he comes, I will introduce him. So, we can't come for such a program like this and then leave without having something that we are taking home with us. I have a reason to believe that upon listening to all the presentations we've heard so far, we have had a lot to take home. But then we want one thing that when we leave here, we will all have it at the back of our minds. And to give us that one thing we'll be living here with, he is a consultant for public health and he's a physician. He's a university teacher and a researcher. As a professor of epidemiology and global health, his area of expertise is in medical epidemiology and applied public health technologies. As a university teacher, he has trained undergraduate and postgraduate students, as well as mentored young faculty at both local and international levels. He is a demonstrable, experienced, and astute university administrator, an ethical and sound industry leader, and a research project management consultant. He is highly driven in his research interest area. mainly non-communicable diseases in low-income country settings. He also has considerable interest in population genomics of pulmonary tuberculosis. That, you see, that's what happens when an account student decides to mention a scientific term. He has secured and managed multinational research grants from principal granting institutions such as the EU, National Institute of Health, the World Bank, and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, as well as many bilateral organizations. He has traveled extensively and serves on several boards, both locally and internationally. He is currently the project lead for the Kenya UST MasterCard Health Collaborative Program and also the Pro-Vice Chancellor of our noble university. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking on the theme, Igniting Innovation Through Research Excellence, with a resounding round of applause, let's welcome Professor Ellis Owusu-Dapo.
Frank, when I looked at you, I couldn't recognize you. I thought you looked like a celebrity footballer. And I was asking the Vice Chancellor whether it was actually you standing there. When the going gets tough, just cut it and make it simple. You know, the Vice Chancellor's rule is keep it simple and short. It's called the case rule. So when the going gets tough, you know, you just cut it short and then, you know, you end your introduction and say, herein lies the gentleman who is who is to give us a speech. My esteemed Vice Chancellor, Professor Mrs. Rita Kusia-Dixon, all others stood on the existing protocol. I intend to sit. Because after me, I don't think anybody else will speak. And so I'll sit on it so that there is no space for anybody else to speak. Ladies and gentlemen, we are speaking on a very important subject of igniting innovation through research excellence. Professor Vice Chancellor, let me begin by acknowledging, as many others before me have done this afternoon, the GRASAG, the current and past GRASAG executive, for initiating what, to my mind, is novel in this country. I don't think there is any GREF or GRASAG research fund in this country that supports graduate research. And for me, this is highly commendable. If you find one through your research, let me know. But I did a bit of a check and I didn't find anything. But if you find one, I'm happy to amend my statement and concede that there's one that exists. Today I stand before you to deliver a short keynote on what I think is very, very paramount to our quest to promote knowledge, and that is igniting innovation through research excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, in a rapidly evolving innovation in our world, it is important that we recognize research innovation as a cornerstone to making progress. For us in KNUST, we cannot but ensure that the core values of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology are upheld in this. And this topic for today's gathering is important because our core values ensures that we are leaders in innovation and technology, that we exercise a certain culture of excellence, and that we have diversity and inclusion, or that we practice equal opportunities for all, and that we have integrity as far as our resources are concerned, and that we give excellent stewardship as well. So for me, this topic is crucial because we cannot ignite innovation and research excellence without resorting to our core values as a university. I must concede that government alone cannot do this, neither could industry alone. Therefore, it is important that this initiative, as I indicated earlier, by GRASAG be applauded by all. Before I delve deeper into the subject, Professor Vice Chancellor, let me acknowledge the daunting task of not only generating research ideas, but in the creation of what I call a research citizenship. The creation of a research citizenship is something that is critical and makes value the importance of sustainability in research. It cultures and nurtures research ideation and ensures that there's a pursuit to promote knowledge in a very sustained manner, and that we as professors will not go without ensuring that we clone ourselves in a way that allows you, the graduate students, to be able to perpetuate that quest for knowledge. My esteemed Vice Chancellor, ours is a research-intensive university. What it means is that we do not only propound theories, we do not only ask questions, we do not only go there and talk about the problems, but when we identify the problems, we pursue the process to bring solutions through research innovation. Research excellence is not merely about conducting experiments. Whether you're conducting observational studies or experimental studies, research excellence goes beyond publishing papers, and in your case, making sure that first and foremost your thesis are submitted according to the guidelines as has been proposed by the School of Graduate Studies. Research excellence is also about pushing the frontiers of human knowledge. That means we challenge ourselves. Challenge ourselves and say that we're not happy with the status quo, and although somebody has proposed or propounded a certain theory, we could potentially, through our quest for knowledge, be able to challenge that theory that has been well established. And this is what we do in academia. We want to push the frontiers of human knowledge, challenge ourselves to conventional wisdom, and find novel solutions to complex problems. Zora Neale, she just once said, research is formalized curiosity. It is poking and prying with a purpose. End of quote. Research is about asking the right questions and embarking on a journey that helps you to be able to find or discover solutions that transform conventional wisdom, existing knowledge, and ensures that we transform our institutions, industry, and certainly, importantly, our communities. How can we achieve research excellence? Achieving research excellence requires more than just dedication. It requires a supportive environment that fosters creativity. And what this management has sought to do in the last 4 years, building on our forebears, is to ensure that we provide and nurture the milieu for the conduct and performance of research. It requires, as I indicated, a supportive environment that fosters creativity, collaboration, and curiosity. It requires investments in cutting-edge infrastructure, access to resources, and a commitment to nurturing talents at all levels. And here I want to commend the many professors who are supporting the nurturing of young talents as it is to clone themselves to give future to the quest in promoting knowledge. My esteemed Vice Chancellor, and I'd like to talk on a very sensitive issue of creativity and originality in research. And up here, I'm assuming that I'm addressing a family, and therefore this matter must be seen in the context of our family as KN University. There's a certain culture of copy and paste. There's a certain culture of what is in vogue these days, artificial intelligence, and the challenge on us as innovators, as persons who practice meritocracy. The subject of originality as far as student theses are concerned has been challenged. Beyond contractors who write theses for students, to what I'm hearing these days as individuals who are even submitting assignments for and on behalf of students, is something that we must frown upon. Defeats the purpose of the practice of merit and is not, or rather is alien to the culture of excellence of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. I must say that the advent of artificial intelligence has indeed made our students, some very lazy, and made originality of their thesis and the work that they do questionable. It is imperative that academics who form the conscience of the nation in our higher institutions make a conscious effort to inculcate the habit of writing and owning the work, including the thesis and the publications thereof, without getting them contracted. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about igniting innovation through research excellence, we're talking about creating a certain culture where bold ideas are encouraged. And within the concept of encouraging bold ideas, sometimes it appears as though we are failing. And I want to say to you that for those of you who are in science, and particularly who conduct your research in laboratories, you will notice that oftentimes experiments will fail. Sometimes it's just a little bit of tweaking the ambient temperature. But failure is just questioning the current status quo and ensuring that it grants you an opportunity for you to take another step and look at what you're doing perhaps not right. Please don't be afraid to fail, because failure could only be interpreted as an opportunity to try again in research. It is about breaking down the silos and bringing together experts from diverse fields to tackle the most pressing challenges of our time. Kurt Levin quotes, "No research without action, no action without research. But innovation does not happen in a vacuum." And I have modified Kurt Levin's statement to no change without research action. Innovation doesn't happen in a vacuum. It requires active engagement with the broader community, including industry, government, and certainly the public. By bridging the gap between academia and the real world, we can ensure that our research has meaningful impact and drives positive change. Moreover, we must recognize that research excellence knows no boundaries. It is a global endeavor that thrives on diversity at thought and the perspective at which we implement the quest for knowledge. By fostering international collaboration and knowledge exchange, we can accelerate the pace of innovation and address the global challenge a bit more effectively. And given what the Director of Office of Grants and Research has indicated this afternoon, I'm expecting a lot more multidisciplinary inter- and intra-departmental collaboration that will foster multidisciplinary approach to solving problems. Here, I want to make a clarion call to all the principal investigators and those who receive grants to support this endowment fund. And on that note, I want to pledge, and this is without any coercion or force or pressure at all from the Vice Chancellor or any other person, but I pledge support to support this endowment fund with $10,000. Madam Vice Chancellor, this is because you and I had discussed this in the past, and the past and present graduate leadership have decided to pursue the agenda that you and I conceived. And it is on this note that I make this pledge of $10,000 to support this endowment fund. Let me conclude. Let me conclude that we have trust in the leadership, we have trust in the board. We believe that igniting innovation through research excellence is not just a goal. We believe that it's achievable if we are responsible in the resources that are given to us in the quest for knowledge. It is a responsibility of current generation to seek answers to future generational problems today by envisaging how to be able to solve this problem. It is a responsibility to society which relies on us to drive the quest to break the frontiers of knowledge and to ensure that we proffer solutions to the teething problems that confront our society. And it's a responsibility to ourselves as stewards of knowledge to push these frontiers beyond the limits that we currently have. On that note, I want to dwell particularly on the fourth core value of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology on integrity and stewardship of the resources that will be given to you. And on that note, I trust that as many people who will come, simple things about accountability, publishing your accounts, making sure that people know what is going on, and so on and so forth. These are the little things that people want to see if they want to make a commitment to this endowment fund. And I trust that the board as well as the leadership of GRASAG will do just that. So let us commit ourselves to this noble pursuit. Let us embrace the challenge of research excellence and innovation. Let us not be afraid to fail in the context of the pursuit of knowledge. And let us dare to imagine and dream. For with us, it is possible. And the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology demonstrates this. And you, GRASAG, cannot be an exception to this rule rather than the exception. On that note, I thank you so very much. Thank you.
Let us dare to imagine and dream. A round of applause, please. When Prof mentioned 10,000 Ghana cedis, I just went to Google, and Franca was sitting close. What do you think I was doing? When he mentioned $10,000, I just went to Google. What do you think I was about doing? I didn't say anything. No. They say a good society is one that the older members of the society plant seeds to grow trees that the younger generation will come for shade under, and then the old generation might not even sit under it. So listening to the words of Prof, he said the current generation owes it to ourselves to seek solutions to the future generation's problems. And I believe that we would dare do that. If you do that, please give me a round of applause, please. Now it's time for us to do a very, very important activity. And if those who are back there can hear me, I would like you guys to bring here something that we have prepared. And as they are bringing it, I will invite the GRASAG president to please join me on stage for. But I think you have seen this nice object which has been covered by the GRASAG cloth. I don't know what is there. So he's the one who brought it here. He actually invited me to come and hold this program for him. So he will come and tell us what is behind that particular cloth. As he is coming, I will also invite those who are back there to please bring upstage what we have packaged back there. So I would like the graduate student executives to also join him, the GRASAG president, his executives, and then the past executives too. So Parker, please join us here. Yes, I really want to know what is behind that cloth. So Parker will join us. Parker will come with his executives as well. So all the current executives with the 2023 GRASAG executives. So as we wait for them to come carry out this particular activity, I would like to acknowledge the presence of some individuals who joined us within the course of the program. We have with us here Dr. Charity Riafia Kenton. Doctor is a rep for the director for KCCR. Doc, welcome. Thank you for coming. We also have with us here Dr. Richard Bruce Lamte. He's the Deputy Liberian Care Doc. Thank you for coming. We also have with us here Wofa Kwabena Adujemfi. He was the GRASAG president 2022 academic year and currently is a lecturer at the Department of Mathematics, KN University of Boise campus. Nana, welcome, Wofa. So without much ado, I think Presido is ready. Mr. President, I will leave here for you to come, and then you will tell us what is behind. So those who are standing behind can help us with unveiling while you tell us what is actually on the board. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my brother. As a university, as an institution, we transform students into human assets. And through our thoughtfulness as a team, we decided to come up with a logo. You know, KNUST is known for naming, has this special way of naming her initiatives. We have the KNUST Research Fund, CREF. We have, Frank, can you help me with? Yep. We have KBN, Kitwebien Swa. Some time ago we had Boaunia. We have Think It Funded. Thank you very much. So now we have the GRASAG Research Fund, now going to be called GREF. And as I mentioned the name, I will allow my executives to unveil the logo. Yes. All right, thank you very much. And I must say, this logo was designed by our own student, a student from the Industrial and Rural Arts Department. So let's give it out for him. Graf, if you can see the image, the black, okay, so I'll stand behind the mic and explain. There's a black portion. Aside the spelling of the GREF, the black portion with an open arm stands for our human assets. So through education, we are producing human assets. Again, the Research Support Hub is supposed to help our students with regards to their research work, making them resourceful in the research, dispensation. Then you come to the green. The green design stands for money, I should say. So representing the fund, the grant support. And then you come below the two designs, you see an opened book. That is where the transformation occurs. We enabling our students to become resourceful individuals to society. Again, our always present Nyansapo is down there, always holding us together, and that is what it stands for. Thank you very much for your attention. And on this note, the official name for the GRASAG Research Fund is GREF. Thank you.
Mr. President, thank you very much. If you look at it, you realize aesthetically it's very nice and it's very detailed as well. So we will move on to the next program, and I would like them, yes, they are bringing it. And to help us with this particular activity, respectfully, I will invite to join me here upstage the Vice Chancellor of our Noble University. As she is coming, I would like all senior members present to please join us here upstage. So Pro Vice Chancellor, Director of Student Affairs, Director SGS, Director OGR, GRASAG President, please join us here. College of Agric and Natural Sciences, the Provost, Deputy Directors, all directors, please join us here. Because this is a historic moment. Yes, and I would like those who are handling the cameras to try and capture what we have there. Yes, so zoom, do whatever thing you can do, maneuver, and then make sure good. So we are about to officially cut the cake, and when we are done cutting the cake, it implies that starting from tomorrow, you can even start applying for this fund. Because all is set for us to do it. So, yes, all members present, please try and touch the knife. And we start counting down from 3 to 1. So we start from 3, 2, 1, we go. Woo! So KNUST has officially been launched. Students' ideas, students' ingenuity will be funded from now. Grab KNUST. So from now, we have officially launched the Kenya University GRASAG Research Fund, which is called GREF. So as we've rightly heard from the various speakers and presenters, we know the why, we know the how, we know when and where to apply for this particular fund. Today has been an amazing day. We've heard various presentations from various individuals. And before we leave here, we have a very short announcement for you. So let's listen to this song, and then we will come with a short announcement, and we give the vote of thanks, and we are done from here. So. Yeah, so checking my time here is 3:34. The program was slated to start from 2 and end at 4, so we're still within time. But then before we officially end the program, we'd like to take some photography, so we want to do some photo session. So respectfully, Vice Chancellor, management members, please join me up here on stage. And then GRASAG Executive, please join me. GRASAG Executive, current GRASAG Executives, Vice Chancellor, Pro Vice Chancellor, Directors present. All those who came for the cut, okay, that's fine. So please let's stand here. So let's take counsel from the photo. So first we take pictures. So all directors present, you join the Vice Chancellor. So when we are done, the current GRASAG executives will also join for the pictures. So all the GRASAG executives will join the Vice Chancellor and the Pro Vice Chancellor together with the Director SGS, Director Student Affairs, and then Director OGR. The 5 directors together with the board, the GREF board. The GREF board will join Vice Chancellor, Pro Vice Chancellor, Director SGS, Student Affairs, OGR. Please be joined by the GREF board. So after this session, we have the current GRASAG executives also joining the 5 management members for the picture. So after the GREF board, we have the current GRASAG executives. Current GRASAG executives. Current GRASAG. Current GRASAG. Current GRASAG. Please hurry up. Current GRASAG. The senators present, please prepare. Right after this picture, all senators present, you join us for the picture session. Yeah. So please start coming, senators present. All senators present, please start coming. Senators present. Senators present. Please, senators present. Senators present. Please be fast. Good. After the senators present, we would like the outgone GRASAG executives, 2022, 2023, any GRASAG executive present, please. You would also come after the senators have taken pictures with management members. So senators present, when you are done, outgone GRASAG executives will also join us for the picture session. Yeah. So Veronica, Parker, Wofa, and the team. All outgone GRASAG executives. And I think we also invited some student leaders here. So SRC, Knust, Parliament, SRC Parliament, all student leaders here, please come. Let's also take our picture. So parliamentary council members, Please be fast. Please be fast. If you are here, please come. Good, I think now we are good to go. Vice Chancellor, please, you can sit. So at this juncture, we'll invite the GRASAG Vice President to please come and give us the vote of thanks for today. Let's welcome him with a resounding round of applause, please. The GRASAG Vice President.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, I think the order has been sat on by the Pro-VC, so I have no other option. I am a normal student, so there's nothing I can do about that. So thanks to the Almighty God and the VC.
A minute. I mean, how can we come for such a program with the Vice Chancellor accepting to chair this important occasion and we living here without the closing remarks of the Vice Chancellor? I mean, this is an unpardonable sin, but I know my mother. I know she will forgive me. So with a resounding round of applause, let's invite the Vice Chancellor to come and give us the closing remarks for the day.
Frank, that was keeping it very short and simple, you know. Yes. I think that you would agree with me. We have had a very wonderful afternoon, haven't we? Yes, and it's been worthwhile. So looking at graph, having cref, and be careful you don't mix the two. We started from cref, and now we are at graph. Heaven knows where we'll move from here. But I know that with cref and with graph, we have no excuse whatsoever as a university why we cannot continue to take the gown to town when it comes to impact from our research. A lot has been said. I don't mean to take any more of your time. GRASAG, you have climbed a very good tree. And on behalf of management, I want to salute GRASAG leadership now and in the past once again. I think they deserve another big round of applause. And thank you, Pro Vice Chancellor, for that donation into the fund. As a university, because you are climbing this very huge tree, our support is registered with you. I'm not going to put a figure to it, but take it from us that we are in this together with you. Yes. I gave the statistics for the CREF, where we started from. 300,000, 500,000, 700,000, 1 million, 1.5. It is our interest as a university which is focused on its research intensiveness to ensure the growth of GREF, and we will make sure that is done. And therefore, just know that we are not just going to leave you alone to raise the funds. Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology has your back, and we'll do everything to support this grant. And on that note, let me thank you very much for your cooperation and how wonderful you have been as an audience and for giving us this program. As for the new look of the MC, I will reserve, I think it will need another research. So we'll find some group to put a proposal together for consideration. So let me say thank you very much once again for your time. And as I said, we have to take the gown to town. Thank you very much. Good afternoon.
Okay, so once again, thank you. And on behalf of the 31st GRASAG Executive, I say a very big thank you first to the Almighty God and also to the Vice Chancellor, the Pro-Vice Chancellor, the Director of Students, the Director of School of Graduate School, and also the board, the chairman, and all students present. A very big thank you. Without you, the students, this one will never be successful. And we will be nothing without you. As executive or as leaders, we have been given the mantle to lead the students. But you gave us the mantle. And a very big thank you to everyone. Thank you, and God bless us all.
Thank you, Mr. President. So we have CREF, we have GREF. I think the next one will be SREF, SRC Research Fund. But I'm General Secretary SREF. Yes. So at this point, we'll invite the Catholic chaplain to give us a closing prayer.
May I please beg your indulgence to please rise for prayers. Our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. Almighty and ever-living God, the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology is ever grateful to you for your manifold blessings upon us. We thank you for the initiatives. We thank you for the blessings and favors, the enthusiasm and the strength you give to management, to staff, to these students, and for making us #1 destination for quality education. And what we have witnessed this day is an indication that indeed we wish to continue to offer quality education to ourselves and prepare ourselves in a better position to serve our communities in resolving our problems. As we thank you for all these blessings and favors, we thank you for the School of Graduate Studies. We thank you for GRASAG. We thank you for this initiative, all the minds and energies that have gone into it. And we thank you for this research fund. It is our prayer that even as we seek to fund it, you will touch many hearts because of what we stand for and what this is meant for humanity, proposing solutions to our problems. Be with us even as we depart from here. Lead us to our destination safely and sound. Bless us in our activities. Bless our family, friends, and loved ones. Bless the work of our hands. Bless our students in their various occasions and research activities. And for all those who are going through difficulties and challenges, be by them, be with them. Strengthen them, open doors of opportunities for them, that even as we prepare ourselves to impact humanity, we will also be a blessing unto ourselves. These and many blessings we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen.
So we shall remain standing as the Vice Chancellor together with management members file out. It's been an amazing afternoon, and we're grateful to all those who came to make this program a success. Item 10. So we made provisions for item 30 now there. So please, when you go,